Relax, everybody. I'm here. Folks, I don't say this lightly. I love food, tremendous food, the best food. I've had the best chefs in the world cook for me. Michelin stars, golden forks, beautiful dishes. But there's one food, just one, that offends me so deeply, so profoundly, that I've thought about declaring it a national emergency. And that food is lasagna. That's right. The big, sloppy, steaming disaster some people call a meal. I call it a culinary disgrace. I call it proof that even Italy, beautiful Italy, can screw things up. They say, "Oh, Mr. Trump, it's a classic." Well, guess what? Sometimes classics are garbage. Sometimes history makes mistakes. And lasagna is the Titanic of Italian cooking. A layered, leaky ship filled with too much sauce, too much cheese, and zero direction. If food could fail an IQ test, lasagna would be drooling in the waiting room. Let's get into it. Let's go deep. Like the Bermuda Triangle of pasta, things go in, but flavor never comes out. This is a dish that haunts me. I see it on menus and I feel personally attacked. If I saw lasagna on my menu, I'd fire the chef and bulldoze the kitchen. You've got pasta sheets. Okay, fine. But then they start stacking them like Legos on opioids. Noodles, meat, cheese, more noodles, more meat, some kind of soupy red mess, and you keep going. Why? Why so many layers? This isn't a cake. It's not architecture. It's a cheesy lasagna landslide. It's not a meal, folks. It's a structural hazard. And when you cut into it, forget it. You need a backhoe. The whole thing collapses like a Biden press conference. Nothing holds together. It just slides and squishes and bleeds sauce. It looks like a cross-section of my colon. And I say that with love. Not even a clean colonoscopy image. No, the kind they show at medical school to scare the interns. It's a food that's already given up on itself before you even take the first bite. It's quit. It's retired. It's just laying there waiting to be judged. And guess what? Judgment has arrived. You've got cheese. All right, I like cheese. But this is an assault. Ricotta, mozzarella, parmesan, sometimes all three, sometimes more. It's a dairy death spiral. Ricotta is like wet sand. It doesn't melt. It doesn't flavor. It just sits there like the filler text in a bad email. It's like biting into a construction material. You could use it to patch drywall. Mozzarella? Normally terrific. On pizza? Beautiful. In moderation? Tasteful. In lasagna? It turns into industrial glue. You can't chew it. You have to fight it. It's culinary dental floss. You need scissors, not a fork. And Parmesan? That's the least offensive, but even that's guilty by association. Guilt by layering. Too much cheese, folks. It's not indulgent. It's irresponsible. It's the food equivalent of a house with 47 garages and no plumbing. Tomato sauce can be beautiful. It really can. But lasagna sauce? It's angry. It's bitter. It's watery. Half the time it leaks all over the plate. You ever pick up a slice of lasagna and watch the sauce ooze out like a side wound? It's like roadkill with marinara. And that acid gives you heartburn faster than watching Kamala Harris try to explain artificial intelligence. It's a red flood of regret. You eat it at 7 p.m. and by 7:06 you're on Google typing, "Is chest pain normal?" You ever notice how after lasagna you suddenly need a nap antacids and a will revision. That's not dinner, that's sabotage. Sometimes it's beef, sometimes it's sausage, sometimes it's a mix. And let me tell you, anytime a food says it's a mix, run. That's how they get you. Could be pork, could be squirrel, could be the remains of failed Democrat policies. Nobody knows. It's ground up, covered in sauce, and hidden in layers. It's meat camouflage, and I don't trust it. It's like a culinary deepfake. You think you're getting grandma's meat sauce, but it's actually raccoon lasagna from aisle 7. I want you to look at this picture. Look closely. Focus. Try not to panic, because folks, this is when lasagna is done correctly. This is the best case scenario. And what do you see? You see a collapsed red and white brick wall. You see soggy noodles. You see cheese bubbles and mystery steam. You don't see elegance. You don't see discipline. You don't see greatness. You see cafeteria food for people who've given up. You see something that looks like it should be served in Tupperware at a parole hearing. Let's talk history, because they love to say, lasagna has history, Mr. Trump. Yeah, so does communism. The Greeks had a word, laganon, which loosely translates to lazy flat pasta. Then the Romans came in, took it, added layers, and said, voila, fine dining. Total scam. It's the Trojan horse of meals. Looks harmless, but inside it's full of culinary heartbreak. Fast forward, Italy, beautiful Italy, decides to make it a real dish. Naples throws in meatballs, ricotta, hard-boiled eggs. Yes, eggs, because they think more ingredients means better. No, it means confusion. It means regret. Then America gets it. And you know what we do? We freeze it. We microwave it. We stouffer it. We lean cuisine it. We turn it into rectangle-shaped regret. At this point, it's not food. It's a biopsy with seasoning. Let me tell you what people are saying. It's soggy. True. It's more soup than pasta. It's dry. True. It's like biting into an old couch cushion dipped in ragu. It's greasy. True. ExxonMobil just applied for drilling rights to my plate. It's too cheesy. True. It's cheese with delusions of grandeur. It gives me heartburn. The lasagna doesn't stop in your stomach. It goes to your soul. It's hard to cut. True. It's like trying to portion out lava. It's ugly. True. It's the food equivalent of a crime scene photo. Lasagna isn't even reheatable. You microwave it, and suddenly the top is a roof tile and the middle is a volcano. It becomes a temperature war zone. Some people even say it reminds them of their childhood. Well, that's sad. That's traumatic. Nobody should remember being force-fed a rectangle of regret. If your nostalgia involves biting into molten sadness wrapped in pasta, I'd recommend therapy. You see this, folks? Made with real cheese. Oh wow, how generous. What the hell were they using before? Candle wax and crayon shavings? Maybe a melted Lego and some wishful thinking? Look at it. It's like someone tried to reimagine a lasagna in a microwave during a blackout. And this is after the camera crew made it look good. This is their best shot. Disgraceful. And let me tell you something. When you need a glove mascot to tell you how to cook, you've already lost the culinary war. If Hamburger Helper is your sous chef, it's time to evacuate the kitchen and file for flavor bankruptcy. They call it party size. Folks, if this shows up at your party, you should leave immediately. That's not a party, that's a hostage situation with marinara. It's not even food, it's a cry for help baked at 375 degrees.
The only party this belongs at is a divorce hearing. You walk in, see this on the table, and say, "Yep, this marriage is over. Irreconcilable differences, mainly cheese. It's a slab of regret." You don't serve this to guests, you serve it to enemies. And even that's pushing the Geneva Conventions. This isn't food, it's emotional damage in noodle form. Bursting with herbs and spices. The only thing bursting is going to be happening after you eat it, if you know what I mean. The packaging says it's full of flavor, but there's more flavor in a wet paper towel. Just add, it says. Look at this list. You have to add beef, tomatoes, tomato puree, pasta, wine, and 2 types of cheese. At that point, what are you even buying? You're not buying lasagna mix. You're buying instructions to ruin your night. And that little basil leaf on top? That's not garnish. It's a warning.
Lasagna is what happens when a culture gets too confident. Italy gave us pizza, beautiful, pasta, fantastic, gelato, incredible, and then lasagna. That's the mistake. That's when they flew too close to the sun. That's the Italian Icarus, a pasta hubris tale. It should be taught in schools, how not to stack food. You ever see a country give the world so much good and then throw this in like a prank? That's lasagna. It's the April Fool's joke of the Mediterranean. And before we get to the final word, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say the orange cat? That's right, Garfield. That lazy furball who's been pushing lasagna propaganda since the 1970s. He doesn't just eat it, he worships it. He made it look cool, made it a lifestyle, and people fell for it. Folks, I'm sorry, but if you're taking culinary advice from a cat who sleeps 23 hours a day and bullies a dog named Odie, you've already lost. Garfield didn't just love lasagna, he shoved it into the public consciousness like it was the Constitution. Comics, cartoons, plush dolls. Obviously, I can only admire his marketing skills, but everywhere you turned, lasagna, lasagna, lasagna. We've been brainwashed. We've been manipulated. Garfield is the original food influencer, and he used his platform for evil. He could have picked pizza, he could have picked a nice ribeye, but no, he picked the messiest, most structurally unstable pasta dish in existence. Thanks for nothing, Garfield, you lasagna lobbyist in a fur coat. Lasagna is a culinary scam. A stack of carbohydrates pretending to be a dish. It's messy, it's confusing, and it's arrogant. It thinks it's more than the sum of its parts, but the parts are all fighting each other. It's civil war on a plate. It's not food, it's a dare. It's the last thing you eat before making a life decision you'll regret. I've been served lasagna in 5-star places. I've sent it back every time. I don't care if it's from Nana's sacred family recipe or curated by a Michelin chef. It still ends up looking like a fever dream with no exit strategy layered in crime sauce. So no thank you, lasagna. You're not classy, you're not comforting. You're a warm mistake baked at 375 degrees. I came, I chewed, I regretted, and now I'm suing my taste buds. Thank you for your attention to this matter.